Hello everyone, this is Lourdes from creativecraftsniche.blogspot.com. Today I'm coming with you with a card that I'm going to replicate in my own way. And this card looks just like this. Okay, so I don't have all the things necessary, but I'm going to make it in my own way. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on what that looks like. I'm going to be using the For All Things stamp set, and the item number is 13155. The Gorgeous Grunge stamp set, and the item number is 130517. And then I'm also going to use the Work of Art stamp set, and the item number for that is 134114. Okay, so let's get started. To begin with, we're going to bring out our scoring Simply scoreboard. And I've already previously cut out this Whisper White cardstock, and it measures 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to go ahead and score this at 4.25. Okay, and then we're going to flip that this way. And the first thing that it tells us to do is to go ahead and stamp the watercolor. I'm going to bring in a scrap of paper here, and I'm going to ink up my stamp using smoky slate. Okay. And I'm actually going to flip it this way because this is the first time that I'm using smoky slate, and I don't know how it's going to look. And so I'm going to stamp that once and twice just to see how it's going to look here, because the outcome of it's supposed to have a very faint look, and the color that it suggests is the Sahara Sand Classic stamping pad, and I don't have that. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp off on this, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp in the middle. Okay? And then I'm going to, the next step is stamp the branch image using Blackberry Bliss, and I'm just gonna ink it up. Okay, that's inked up well enough, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stamp it right over it. Okay, and so that looks like that. Then I'm going to stamp the hello, and the suggested color is crushed curry, but I don't have that. But I'm going to use the Hello Honey Stampin' Right marker instead. Okay, hold on. I don't know why. Okay, I guess it doesn't want to show up. Anyways, this is the Hello Honey marker, and I'm going to go ahead and ink that up. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp that fairly, I guess, down here, and bring that up. Okay, then I'm going to use the, I'm going to use this splatter look here, and I'm going to ink that up using the Blackberry Bliss as well, but with this I'm going to stamp that off because it's supposed to just look like a faint color. So I'm gonna stamp that off, okay, and then stamp it off again just to see how faint of a look it looks like, and then stamp it a third time. Okay, so I want to say the second time looks okay. Now we want to be careful because as you can see there's a line there, so when we do stamp that we want to be very gentle on stamping. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp the once, okay, and then stamp it twice the second time over it. Let me see, I guess like about, hold on, just want to get this, okay, and now just leave it just like that. Just because to get this technique I was supposed to use just splattering on it. I didn't want to do that, so I chose this option instead. Okay, so for now I'm gonna put this aside and I'm going to go ahead and bring in the strips of paper that I have here, okay. And because I don't have the suggested washi tape, I'm going to improvise. So here I'm using the banner punch, and I'm just going to slide this in there as best as I can. I don't know why it's giving me problems on this side when I put it in the other, and I guess this side is probably a tad bit wider. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to have that there like that, and then do that, and it's just going to give me that effect. Okay, I'm also going to bring in my mini stamp punch here, and then I'm going to use that to just give it a ripped look. And then with whatever I missed, I'll just go ahead and align it, and I'll be able to get that effect. Now, just in case I was not in frame earlier with this punch, all I did was I went in like that. Let me get a smaller one. I went in just like that from the inside, aligned it, centered, and then went like that, and so it gave me that end. Okay, so now for this one right here, I'm going to stamp on that using the Hello Honey, and this is the striped stamp, and I'm just going to stamp that straight onto there. Okay, and so it's going to give it that look, and I'm going to do it one more time so to give it a much more of a look to stand out, because it's not standing out as it is in the magazine. So I'm going to stamp it one more time. Okay, so that's much better. Okay, and then I'm going to put that aside. Then I'm going to bring in the zigzag stamp from the Work of Art, and I'm going to use the one that I used, the stamp punch, to stamp the edges onto that, and I'm going to stamp on that using the Blackberry Bliss ink, okay, to give me that effect. I kind of don't want to touch it much because it's probably very still wet. And the same thing that I did earlier with the stamp punch, I'm going to do the same thing on this end here. And then I'm going to move up a bit. Okay, so I could get that finish of a ripped look. And then I'm going to ink up my stripe my stripe stamp here. And I'm going to do that several times, moving it up and down. Okay, and so I could get a much more of a washi tape look. Well, trying to. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and bring in our card base. Okay, and using some snail adhesive, I'm going to adhere this piece. Okay, right above, just like right above the bow. Okay, and I want to, let's say, probably have this a tad bit too big. Yeah, because it's supposed to be like right about here. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim this some more. Okay, let's see. It's supposed to be right about here, and then so I'm going to mark it in the back so that I can know that that's pretty much where I want it to end at. Let's see if I can do this. You know what? I've shared that technique with you, but I really do want that finish effect. So I'm just going to bend it without giving it a crease, and then use that as a guide to help me achieve the same thing. Okay. So let's see right here. Okay. So now we can go ahead and adhere this right here. Okay. And then we're going to bring in this piece here. Okay, and then we're just going to adhere that right there. Okay, and so that is the front of our card. Okay, and then for the inside of the card, I didn't notice that happened there. For the inside of the card, we're going to go ahead and I did not clean this, so I'm going to huff on it, and it's going to reactivate the ink that's there. And then I'm just going to simply give it a water look there. It's going to dry up lighter than that. And then the little strip that I took earlier, actually I have to also use these Harris sand here, and I'm just going to let me clear up my area some. Stamp this off twice and then use the third time on it. 1, 2, and then the third time we'll go ahead and do that like right over it. Okay, and then now we can go ahead and bring in that little strip that we dealt with earlier. Put some adhesive on that. Okay. And then pretty much align that right there, right next to that right there. Okay. And then just trim off the excess. Okay. And then we can go ahead and use our bone folder to varnish our card. And there we have it. There goes our hello card. Okay, using substitutes. That's the inside of the card. And when you have something like this going on, you can always just cover that right up using a white gel pen, and that'll help it somewhat. If not, you can always just stamp something else in that section and it'll cover it right up. So this is my card. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And remember that I shared with you guys a video on the holiday catalog. And once again, if you want me to go ahead and share with you a clearer version of what's in here, I will go ahead and do that. Know that items cannot be purchased till the 28th. So though you can see what's available, you would have to wait till the 28th of August 2014 to go ahead and place your orders. Okay, so I'm recording some more just because I forgot to put on the little homemade button here that I use using a circle punch. The cardstock that I use for that is the Coordinations Coordinations cardstock, and that is the baked brown sugar. And I also use the baked brown sugar ribbon, and I punched in holes on that circle, and I used my baked brown sugar Stampin' Right markers to go ahead and kind of give it an outline to the button to make it look more like a button. And I adhered that using the mini glue dots, and basically that is my card. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and you have a blessed day. Bye.